The car looked like freedom until the payment became part of your life. Not just a bill, part of your life, every month, without fail. Then the first payment hits. Then the insurance, the gas, the registration in the mail, the mechanic with something to tell you. And slowly, without any single moment you can point to, the car stops feeling like freedom. The car is sitting in your driveway, but your money is already somewhere else. Here is how most car purchases actually work. You walk in, you see a car you like. The salesperson asks one question almost every time. The same question. What are you looking to spend per month? Not, what is your budget total? Not, what can you realistically afford over the next 6 years? Just, what number can I get you comfortable with today? And here's the thing. That question is designed to work against you. Because when you shop by monthly payment, you lose track of what you are actually spending. A $45,000 car sounds like a lot. But $649 a month? That sounds like rent. That sounds like a bill people pay. That sounds manageable. So you say yes. You sign. You drive home. And you feel fine about it until the payment is one of 6 or 7 things draining your account every single month. The bank did not sell you a car. They sold you a feeling. And then they attached a payment to it. Let's stop looking at the monthly payment for a second and look at the whole picture. Because the payment is just one piece. Say your payment is $550 a month. That feels like the cost of the car. It is not. Add insurance. For a newer car, especially if you're under 35, full coverage can run $150 to $250 a month or more depending on where you live and your record. Add gas. If you're commuting, that could be $80 to $200 a month, sometimes more. Add maintenance, oil changes, filters, brakes, belts. Even a reliable car costs money to keep running. Budget $50 to $100 a month on average when you spread it out. Add tires. A set of decent tires runs $400 to $700. You'll need them eventually. Add registration and fees. Depending on your state, that can be $100 to $300 a year. And then add interest. On a $40,000 loan at 7% over 72 months, you are paying close to $9,000 in interest alone, not the car. Just the interest. Now add it up. That $550 payment is really closer to $900, $1,000, maybe $100 a month when you count everything the car actually costs. That is not a car payment, that is a second rent. And most people never do that math before they sign. The car looks new, but the budget feels old and tired. Something changed in the car loan industry over the last 20 years. Loans used to be 36 months, then 48, then 60 became normal. Now it is common to see 72-month loans. That is 6 years. And some lenders are pushing 84 months, 7 years. Think about that for a second. A 7-year loan on a car. You will be paying for this car until 2031 or 2032. The car will have 100,000 miles on it. It will need repairs. It will need new brakes, new tires, possibly new transmission work. And you will still be making a payment on it. The reason dealers push longer loans is simple. It lowers the monthly number. A $40,000 loan at 72 months sounds much cheaper per month than 48 months, so you say yes. You feel like you got a deal, but you did not get a deal. You got more months, you got more interest, and you got tied to a payment, longer than some people's marriages. The car gets older every year. The payment stays the same. Here is where the trap gets deeper. Cars lose value fast. A new car can lose 15% to 20% of its value in the first year alone. By the time you have owned it for 2 or 3 years, it might be worth significantly less than what you owe on the loan. This is called negative equity. You owe more than the car is worth. And here is what people do when that happens. They get bored of the car, or something breaks, or the dealership sends them a mailer saying they can get into something new, so they go back in. The salesperson pulls up the numbers. There is $4,000 or $6,000 or $8,000 still owed on the old car. And they say, don't worry, we'll roll it into the new loan. So, now you are buying a new car and quietly paying off the old one at the same time. You drive away thinking you upgraded, but you actually took old debt, buried it inside new debt, and signed up for another 5 or 6 years of payments. You are not buying a new car. You are carrying the ghost of the old car into the new one. This cycle, buy, owe more than it's worth, roll it forward, buy again, is how some people spend their entire adult lives in car payments without ever truly owning anything. There's something else happening that nobody talks about clearly. Cars are not just transportation for most people. They are signals. They say something about who you are, what you have achieved, where you are in life. A new car in the driveway tells your neighbors something. It tells people at work something. It tells you something when you look in the mirror after a long week. And dealers know this. The entire car buying experience is designed around making you feel something, not calculate something. The showroom is clean. The staff is friendly. The car smells incredible. The test drive is smooth. Everything is built around emotion. And then the finance office closes the deal before the emotion fades. The car becomes a public symbol of success. But the payment is private pain. You drive to work feeling confident. You come home and open the banking app and feel something else. Nobody sees the payment. They see the car. And for a lot of people, that trade feels worth it until it doesn't. This is the part people feel, but rarely name clearly. You are working, you are paying your bills, nothing is exploding, but something is off. You cannot save the way you want to. Every time you try to build a cushion, something eats into it. The emergency fund never really grows. The investment account stays small or empty. You think about buying a house and the math doesn't work the way you hoped. You feel like you are behind, but you cannot pinpoint exactly why, because the bills are getting paid. Here is why. That $900 to $100 a month, the real monthly cost of the car, is not just money leaving your account. It is money that is not going anywhere else. It is not becoming a down payment. It is not becoming an emergency fund. It is not becoming investments that grow over time. It is not becoming options. The car payment is not just a bill. It is the reason other things are not happening. You are not driving the car. The payment is driving your life. The bank approved you for the payment. That does not mean your life can afford it. And the longer it goes on, the harder it becomes to see, because the payment becomes normal. It becomes just part of the monthly overhead, something you stop questioning. That is when it has you. Here is the part that is hardest to see. Because from the outside, nothing looks wrong. The car is clean. The payment is getting made. The lights are on. But open the budget and it tells a different story. There's nothing left to save. No cushion for when something breaks. No room to breathe between what comes in and what goes out. Sometimes the trap looks like a nice car parked outside a tired person's life. That is how quiet this kind of damage is. It does not announce itself. It just slowly removes every option you thought you would have by now. The trip you keep postponing. The account you keep meaning to start. The moment that never quite comes. The payment is not loud. It is just always there. None of this means you should not own a car. For most people, a car is not optional. But there is a difference between a car that serves your life and a car that quietly controls it. Here is what actually helps. Stop shopping by monthly payment. The monthly payment is the least useful number in the whole transaction. Start with total cost. What is this car going to cost me to buy, insure, fuel, and maintain over the time I own it? Buy less car than the bank says you can afford. Just because someone approves you for $45,000 does not mean $45,000 is a good idea for your life. The bank makes money when you borrow. They are not making decisions on your behalf. Keep cars longer. The longer you keep a car after the loan is paid off, the more financial breathing room you create. A paid-off car, even one with some miles, is one of the best financial moves regular people make. It is free transportation every month that loan is gone. Avoid rolling negative equity. If you owe more than the car is worth, the worst thing you can do is add it to a new loan. Stay in the car, pay it down, get to zero. Then you're actually starting fresh. And before you buy anything, do the full math. Payment plus insurance plus gas plus estimated maintenance. Look at the real number. If the real number makes your budget tight, the car is too expensive, regardless of what the monthly payment looks like. A car is supposed to give you freedom. That is the whole idea. You go where you want, when you want. You are not stuck waiting for someone else. But a car payment that consumes your financial life does the opposite. It keeps you tied to the job. It keeps you away from the savings. It keeps you one surprise away from being in trouble. Freedom is not the car in the driveway. Freedom is having money left after the payment is gone. A car should get you somewhere, not keep you from getting anywhere. Think about that the next time someone asks you what you want to spend per month.